Hello, my name is Georgia Keel,
My name's Melody Noel.
I'm Michael Barkulis.
and this is the song story of Proud. So, the way that we started Proud, I think me and Melody have written together outside of this before. So it was our first time, I'd been writing most of the week, but it was our first time writing a worship song together. So that was awesome that we got to do that. And I think that was kind of special as it was. So we wanted to make it the best. And I think we were just sitting there, and Rick, the producer on the song, he picked up a guitar and just started strumming like the do 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 do.
He was like noodling.
He was like
Yeah,
messing
he
around,
was,
and
yeah.
then Michael was like, "That's it. That like
Do that again.
And then he's like this, doon.
Yeah.
It's almost like a little country thing, but I was like, whoa,
That's really cool.
Stop.
let's
Yeah.
do something with that.
Yeah, and then I think when we were thinking, before we even thought of any melodies, I think
You had mentioned a concept, yeah.
Yeah, and I was like, does anyone ever, because I know in my personal life I strive to make my family proud and my dad proud, and I was like, I wonder if we could put into a concept about making God proud. I wonder if anyone ever wonders, like, is he proud of what we're doing and how we're like living our lives, and I guess what we're doing right now, and then I think, and Melody was like, yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's just so cool. It was such a cool concept because I think like both Michael and I and Rick like grew up in Christian homes or whatever, so like the cookie cutter answer of like, yeah, the Lord's proud of you, he's always proud of you. But she said it so genuinely, especially like as a new believer at the time. She's like, I wonder if God's proud of me. And then like, are you proud? And then Michael, like genius over here, was like, you can just ask a bunch of questions. Are you proud? Am I loved? Da, da, da. And he started like going through all the questions. And then I remember that morning we would read out of the Psalms, the Passion Translation. And I forget what psalm it was, but it was in the Passion Translation. It talked about how God's up on heaven's balcony looking down at us and this and that. And I was like meditating on that psalm that morning, and I'd even read it like during our devotion time in the morning. So I was like pulling from that idea of like he's looking down and all of that.
Yeah, I think one of the questions that we all ask is like, when we're going through tough times and like things aren't going perfectly good, and as a Christian, it's not always going to be good, but you wonder in those dark, really tough times, like, is he there? Is he even caring like what you're going through? And I think this song was such an honest like question to say, like, in those tough moments, were you there? Did you see what I was going through? And I think it was just, I love this song because it's such an honest expression, and a lot of people that don't believe or aren't Christians per se can hear that song and they can connect with it because they have questions of, is anybody out there that cares what I'm going through?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So. And I think that bridge, like, I think you were singing that melody, the and then first it was just gonna be O's, and then I just remember having that Passion Translation in my hand and like looking through stuff, living on that book during the last retreat, and it talking about like the day that you come before the Lord, and that's what the whole concept. Because we didn't want to have like a cookie cutter ending where it's like, and he's proud, but we wanted something that still felt faith filled, and I think that's where that bridge comes from. Like, on that day I stand before you, overcome by all you are. That was filled with joy because I know we break out in karaoke. But yeah, I think that bridge ended up kind of tying together a hopeful vibe in the song that was needed.
Yeah, but we still like kept like the questions going through the songs, and that like kept the momentum going, and like how we felt, and even on the pre-chorus, like, we still opened up. It was like, and oh, to see you smiling over me, only just to know that you are pleased, like, even though we've been through this hard time. It's like it was almost like a little bit of hope, like, even in the pre-chorus, like, the verses were questions, like, are you? And then the pre kind of opened out to know, like, just be there,
And I think Rick did like a really good job. He does a really great job at like setting the mood of what you're talking about. So he did a great job on like setting the space of not like a super happy-go-lucky Christian song, but something that was a little more questioning.
Yeah, and I think like it's kind of kept the song so powerful in itself as a song, because it wasn't overproduced. It wasn't any crazy production. Like, it kept the genuineness of the song, and like the overall concept of what we wanted to say, and it wasn't kind of overdone with anything that took it away from that.
And that's Proud.